Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of the Softcore series of Let's Play. Sal and I here, and today we'll be continuing on our road to solar panels. I did go ahead and prepare a few of the mats, and we are ready to roll. I did make the rest of our machine casings, so we're ready to roll. I did get the lava, and we are pretty much ready to go. I also did a few extra things. I went and got some new materials, stuff like that. And I did actually set up another automatic creation system. The same thing that we did with the clay. But this time we're doing a little bit different. We're doing iron. We're doing iron out of wood. You put the wood into this chest, and it pulls it out and makes the obsidian. The obsidian will then convert it into iron here. And this one is just for if I were want to turn that iron into gold, we can do that here. But for now, well, I'm just making iron. So we have plenty of iron now. We do have our standard machine casings, and we do have our buckets of lava. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish our machine up. Then we'll start blasting, and then we'll go from there. We'll actually need to make some glass fiber cabling. Because in Industrial Craft Power, the EU Power, there's a ton of different cables. My favorite, though, is the glass fiber cable. They're a little expensive, but they're very definitely worth the price. So glass fiber. So let's take a look at glass fiber. These work really, really well. They transfer EU power very long distances. They can take any current, well up to 512, and they work really, really, really well. They're my favorite type. So it takes one diamond, and then your redstone, and then glass. Or you can do silver to get 6 per craft instead of 4, or you can substitute electrum for 8, and that's what we're going to do. You know, I think we'll actually have to make 2 crafts, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and have to find 2 diamonds. I have to have some diamonds laying around somewhere, right? Or did I invest them into that blade? You know what? I think I did. So we're gonna have to make. We're gonna make some gold. We can do that with the minium stone and some iron, and then we'll do this, and then I think it's this like this. Like that, I'll make 8 gold, and that'll make us exactly 2 diamonds. There we go. It's very expensive to make, and it's a strain on the minium stone, so a stack of iron makes 2 diamonds. I mean, it's not too big a deal. So we got those, and now we need 12 glass. So let's go ahead and get our 12 glass. There we go. I also did go wrangle us up some cows. So you guys will see there's some cows and some baby cows mooing outside, so enjoy. I just went and grabbed some wheat and went and pulled some cows in. Nothing too fancy, guys, and I didn't think that mattered. I could do that off the camera, so I hope you guys aren't mad at me. I apologize. Alright, so that's our cables. So we now have our cables to actually run the power line from our MV transformer all the way to our blasting furnace. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll get this all going, and it'll be all excited and happy. Everybody will be happy. So go ahead and go to our little mini factory. Definitely going to restructure it and definitely do it in a lot of cooler manner. But first, we're going to get it running, and then we'll worry about everything else. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab our machine casings and finish the casing manner in the way that we had discussed prior. First level being the 3x3 row. Second row being 3x3, but with the middle hollowed out. And then we'll go ahead and we will put in the third layer, same thing. And then we'll cap it off with the 3x3. And you'll see the red circles, or the circle's red. Now, but watch if I finish the casing, the little circle will actually light up. Then the binary number will change, and this is now actually ready for operation. You'll see that the incomplete casing warning is now gone. But we do now have a heat capacity measure of 1020. However, this is not hot enough to actually blast our silicon cells. So we're going to actually do a method that we talked about earlier, which is changing the middle sections of this to actual lava. Per bucket of lava, you'll actually increase the heat ratio by a very significant margin. So if you see, watch, I'll put in 1 bucket of lava, followed by a second bucket of lava, jump up, cleanish, and see how that delit. And now we'll go ahead and refix the casing. And now it's relit up again. And for every bucket of lava that is actually in there, up to 2, you get 250 extra heating. So we got 500 extra heating, just enough to press us over the cap that we needed. So that's good. Now we have 1500 heating. How cool is that? We'll go ahead and we will put up our glass fiber cables to actually give this some real power. No, this is not actually a look fancy, and it won't. So don't mind it. It doesn't look fancy, and it probably won't for now. And we'll go ahead and we will do this, and this, and this, and there we go. Now this should be powered, and this should be running. See, like that? Like that, whatcha? So it'll take 2 silicon cells, and it'll blast us out a silicon plate and an empty cell. Or 2 empty cells. Empty cell? 2 empty cells. 2 empty cells. So now this is all powering, but this is going to drain our energy quite quickly. As you can see, it's dramatically plummeting. So we'll definitely need to go get our coal up in there, and definitely charging. However, this is going to cause a major problem, because right now we do not have the actual input of 128 EU per tick actually coming in to keep it stabilized. So right now, even if it's charging EU, we won't actually have the energy to stabilize it. So we'll have to do it in segments for now. And that's alright. I don't mind. But we'll definitely grab some charcoal and keep that on us. We do have the connecting thing. We came back for the charcoal. So everything is still going. I'm still cooking tons of wood. Still doing this, still doing that. Trying to get everything set up. Eventually we'll get everything moved into a proper setting, and we'll get everything, where it needs to be, and that'll be cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll head over. I'll throw a stack of charcoal into the generator, get that rolling, and hopefully that'll take away some of our strain here. Probably won't, but whatever, that's okay. I did go ahead and make more coal dust as well. So you'll see here that we have another 8 carbon mesh to compress, and you'll see that we'll need to compress these for the solar panel pattern. So we'll go ahead and compress those now so we can have them going as we need them. So I'm gonna go ahead and also pull out. If we open up the blast furnace, you can actually see that there are empty cells forming and silicon plates are being formed. So I'm gonna wait for the second one to finish, and then I'm gonna take a bunch of them out so we don't. Because what happens is it actually takes in 2 cells and then proceeds to do the procedure. If we actually run out of energy in the middle of it, it'll stall it really hard, and it'll go up a little notch and then fall back down and say insufficient energy. Because if you don't complete the whole transaction, the energy won't wait at the spot it finished. It'll just stop. Like a regular furnace, if you don't have enough, it'll just, like, if you get 99% done and not enough energy in there to do the 100%, it'll just crash. And we don't want that. So we definitely don't want that. So we're just going to make sure it doesn't crash on us like that. So insufficient energy line. Now it's saying insufficient energy line, which is because we're actually sucking 8 points of power off the compressor, but this is okay. Because it's still technically going, it's just like it's a 120 basically instead of 128, which is okay. But if you're trying to run like 120, now we lost it. Must have been a bad beat. Yep, we're running low. We'll let this finish compressing. It'll finish. I have confidence. Or maybe it won't. Either way, then if this is going to become the problem, I should probably just disable this for now. Take these out. Do that, and that should be able to give us a finishing product. Hopefully, this is one of the problems without having a sufficient energy line right away, is that you'll run into these problems. But it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, this will definitely finish, and this will complete a panel before this runs out. 20,000 left. Almost done. Come on. Here we go. Alright, so now that's done. Now we can put these back in. Those can finish compressing. But we have the materials we need for what we need to do. So we're going to go ahead and head back. And we're actually going to go ahead and attempt to actually make our very first solar panel. Eventually, I'll set up a really cool system of automation of panels. And you guys, I think you'll really appreciate this setup. Alright, so you'll see here that in this fabricator, I have had set up the panel, but I actually made like 10 fabricators while I was off cam as well, guys, so I could get some of those systems. You see here is the 7 remaining ones. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this pattern inside of here. Now you'll see here this takes a few things. It's the silicon plates we have here, carbon plates we have here. We need electric circuits, a generator, and some glass panes. So we can go ahead and make some glass panes, which is just 6 pieces of glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can go ahead and put that in the crafting table first, because we actually make the panes, like so. And then we can go ahead and put this into the fabricator. And that should give us this row and this row. So now we need to make the generators and just a few electric circuits. Actually, I'm going to also take this time to quickly just upgrade those chests. That's actually what I was planning on doing right before we started. Just take just 2 seconds, guys. Really easy stuff. We'll take 1 piece of wood, and we will put that into our bench, like so, and we'll get some of those. And then we have to go and get some iron, because we're going to upgrade those into iron chest upgrades. So we'll go ahead and you need that in the middle, and then iron on the outside in the chest formation. However, in the middle slot, since it's an upgrade and not a normal iron chest, normally you'd put a chest here. But since we're upgrading the chest actually on standpoint, we will do the actual upgrade item. So what we can do is we can take this item by holding shift and right clicking the chest. You'll see that it directly can upgrade the chest, which is pretty cool. How cool is that, huh? Alright, we'll do it for the other one, and you can see that we've now doubled our inventory space, which is just phenomenal. So that's awesome, awesome, awesome. So we doubled our inventory space. So now we need to make electric circuits and a generator. A generator is an iron furnace with 3 refined iron and an RE battery, which is fairly simple to make, so we can get that done fairly quickly. I did go ahead and make some extra cables too. Like I said, I was going to, and I did. Not too many, actually, but enough. So we'll need 6 cables, because we're going to need to make some circuits. If you guys remember, we can do 2 electrum, 1 refined iron. We'll take 3 more, because we'll need that for the battery. But we'd have 1 of these, and that should make our 2 circuits, because we get the double, because we're using the electrum. So we'll know we'll need 3 refined iron for the generator. We'll also need some more iron. We'll grab that from the other thing. We'll need iron for the iron furnace, and we'll also need 4 tin for the battery, 2 pieces of redstone, and a cable for the top. 2 pieces of redstone. And we'll need some more iron. There we go. And we are all ready to make our stuff. So go ahead and let's do that. If I can learn how to click properly. Alright, so you'll see here we fill in the electric circuits. Alright, and we can go through these right into our solar panel fabricator, which will just automatically craft it for us once we have all the mats in there. Now we'll need to make a iron furnace. Instead of doing the 8 iron in the chest pattern, we're actually going to make the furnace and do the other pattern this time, which will just save a little bit on iron, which is good. And there we go. Now we need to create the RE battery, which is simply 4 tin, 2 redstone, and a copper cable on the top. Now we put the battery on the top, refined iron across the middle, an iron furnace on the bottom. And I pardon if I'm going too quickly, guys. I've done a lot of this for so very long that a lot of these patterns have been ingrained into my brain, so I can do them mostly pretty much off the top of my head. So we'll take the generator. Now the generator's made, and now as we put this into the fabricator, it should automatically create us our very first solar panel. And there you go. We have now officially created our very first solar panel. How cool is that? Alright, so now we need to rig this thing up to actually work. And we're going to do this really chintzy because I'm not too worried about appearance just yet, but we will be at some point, so don't worry. If you guys are be like, oh, Silent, why are you doing that? It looks so stupid. I know. Don't worry. Alright, so we'll make these cows breed again, because we definitely want some cows. And I want you. There we go. Because we definitely want more baby cows. And we're going to get a big leather supply going. So we make plenty of books and all the stuff that we'll actually need. Leather for thumb crafting and books for whatever stuff we'll need. Maybe when we get to Miscraft, wink wink. Alright, so we're back into our area here. Let's see how our charging thing is doing. Not bad. It's recovering. It took a big hit after running all that machinery. It is very, very stressing. It's 128 EU per tick. And there's 20 ticks per second. So basically it's taking like 2.6 thousand EU per second, which is a lot of EU, guys. So, alright, so we have that. We'll grab our compression. We have an extra silicon plate, but we do now have this wonderful solar panel. So I'm going to go ahead and rig this up to our, really, really sloppily, however. I'm going to bust a hole into here, and I'm going to hook up this solar panel just outside, maybe like so. And then we're going to take what it actually gets, and we're going to route it right into this MFE here. So we'll see if we're actually running solar or not yet. It should tell us. Now, say if I were to take out the charcoal here. Hopefully, there we go. See, now it's on solar. If it's on lunar, it'll have the lunar symbol. But you'll see here that it gets about it's about 1 EU per tick. So now, as you see, I took out the coal, right? But this is still generating. So you can see about 20 EU per second, because it gets a 1 per tick. So 20 ticks in a second, 1 times 20 is 20. So you get about 20 EU per second, which isn't the greatest in the world, but you know, it's free. It's completely free energy, okay? Okay? I mean, it's just free energy harvested from the sun. I mean, who can argue with that? We're basically like, oh, hey, sun, how are you doing? Free energy? Okay, thanks, bro. Like, you can't argue with that. I don't care who you are. You can't argue with free energy. Since we're probably not going to be using these cables for anything else, I'm going to put these down. Basically, they're going to act as mounts for the next set of panels that we're going to put up. Eventually, I'm going to start erecting my flower panel strategy, which you guys will see my solar panel flower technique, which is pretty cool. Hopefully, you guys will like it. Alright, so that'll look really crappy for now, but you know what? We're getting free energy. So now that that's done, we've taken care of that, and now we're generating more EU. Eventually, we'll have enough solar panels going, and everything will be really nice. But like I said, it's just free energy. They are a little expensive to make now with the whole industrial blasting furnace with GregTech and whatnot, but in the long run, I definitely still think it's worth it. Once you get enough of them up, I mean, it's just free energy. You can harvest it up, store them into a big tanker like this, an MFE. Oh, actually, we really should upgrade that to an MFSU soon, which doesn't. The bat box holds what, I think 40,000 EU. MFE holds 600,000, but the MFSU holds 10 million EU. So that's definitely something we want to actually start working towards to get a much bigger supply of hold of EU power. Alright, so now that that's going, we can pretty much let that run, and that will just fill itself up as we go. Cows were fed. We don't have any thumb crafting to do. Basically, I've just been sitting here cooking massive amounts of charcoal because just want to make sure we had charcoal going, as well as converting it to iron, which is pretty neat. We'll go ahead and throw a few more in here just to keep this going. How you doing? Oh, it's actually ran out, I think, of processing. This thing is still not empty. That's amazing. That one's still going to town as well. However, put that back away. Some of these recent coming up episodes, I really like to start working on our neat little setup I want to do of Stirling engines or generators. Probably Stirling engines. Right now, the EU sources is just to do those solar panels, just because it's a side project, and I like doing solar panels. So I like to show you guys how to do those as well. But I think I said as we're on this episode or this season, we're gonna do not strictly MJ power, but our main source of power is going to be MJ power. So I'm going to have to make some kind of a building for all of our power. It's going to have like a grid at the bottom of it, just generating massive amounts. These tree farms are going to get pulled up and reorganized and sent somewhere else, because this is really atrocious looking. But basically, these tree farms are going to farm all these wood, and this wood is going to get sent to burners, pumped out of the burners, and then sent into a buttload of Stirling engines. So we're going to have to definitely start working ahead towards our next set of machines, which are going to be the induction smelter, which is a phenomenal thing to have. I love this thing. This thing is beautiful for making electrum and just tons of good stuff, really good stuff. But we'll need our magma crucibilizer, magma crucible, and we'll also need. Have we went to the Nether? Yes, we have. It's been a while, but we've been to the Nether. We'll need our magma crucible and our liquid transposer, because we're going to need to start making redstone energy cells. Now these things are just phenomenal. They store 600,000 MJ power, and you get a ton of them, and they work really well for input-output, fully controllable input and output. And we're basically going to make a giant grid of these. There's going to be a giant wall grid of these. And we'll also need to make conduit pipes to allow the energy of these to flow more accurately. Get rid of the Buildcraft nasty pipes that we have now, but we'll need hardened glass, and this is a pain too, because the hardened glass you need to make from induction smelter. So basically we'll really need the magma crucible, liquid transposer, and the induction smelter to make these pieces. So that'll probably be the next episode. We'll start working towards our road to power, basically. So I hope you guys learned a little bit. I'm going to wrap this up real shortly here because, well, I have nothing left to say. Well, I have plenty more I could say, but I won't hold you guys. We upgraded some chests, and we finished our little project of solar. We got our first solar power panel going. I'll probably make some more for sure. We set up some free iron creation by simply using aluminium stone. Tree farms are running well. I think I actually had to fix a pipe because it got snapped off a tree because I didn't put it in right. Oh, I actually installed stairs. Check this out. I finally did it, guys. I finally put in stairs. I know. Amazing. Finally did it. I definitely want to work on some major projects, though. Like, we're going to start working toward a big energy system, Thaumcraft next stage, sorting systems. Definitely some pretty cool things coming up to in these next episodes, guys. So definitely stay tuned, and like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned a little something, and definitely can't wait to do the next episode, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And until next time, guys, appreciate you watching, and you guys take her easy.